How did a small-town girl from Mississippi, who grew up picking cotton on a country farm, go on to cause a storm in the lives of the president and the first lady?
It caused a stir, I guess, between Mrs. Reagan and President Reagan.
This kiss will explain a lot of things, but that's still just half the story. And that wasn't the only kiss. But as time passed, the legend grew, and it became impossible to tell what was true and what's fiction. While Tammy's actions may or may not have upset Mrs. Reagan, there was another First Lady who wasn't too happy with the song Wynette is singing here.
And it does not say anywhere in the song, you know, be a doormat or take any kind of abuse. But I've had to get down and explain this song line by line.
We will get to the song later, but first let's talk about this video from a congressional barbecue in 1982. While the video here never showed it, one of the eyebrow-raising allegations at the time was that Wynette sat in the lap of Ronald Reagan and kissed him. She does sing to the president and they stand pretty close together while she does it, but you never actually see her sit on his lap. Tammy was a colorful personality, to say the least, and controversy surrounding the president hardly ruffled the feathers of the former First Lady of country music. But as per her own accounts, it might not have gone down too well with the former First Lady of the United States, Nancy Reagan. In Jimmy McDonough's 2010 book on the life of Tammy Wynette, her longtime hairdresser, Jan Smith, talks about how Tammy's flirtatious nature that day apparently upset Mrs. Reagan. That's Jan Smith standing next to Wynette and her third husband, George Jones. And this is what she had to say about an awkward exchange on the White House lawn. After it was over, Tammy said to me, "Oh my God, Jan, that was so embarrassing. He swabbed my tonsils." Well, Nancy Reagan got real out of joint about it. It's hard to know how true it all really is, as Tammy continued to feature in events planned by the Reagans for raising funds and campaigning. In an interview from 1992, this is how Tammy reacted to the rumors around sitting on Reagan's lap.
I did, and I didn't know that there was any problem. Everybody was having fun, and I didn't know that it was not proper protocol. Nobody said anything, and he certainly didn't say anything. He had all chances to say something, but didn't. It caused a stir, I guess, between Mrs. Reagan and President Reagan.
She said it was all in good fun, and she was known to have fun at her shows. This is how she started her performance that night.
I've been accused, among other things, of doing most of my writing for you ladies.
It wasn't uncommon to see Wynette engaging members of the audience and putting on a show like she did best. Wynette flirted with audience members regularly, but she likely had never set her sights on someone with Secret Service protection. There haven't been many performers like Wynette who can play the audience and engage them the way she did. And Reagan also acknowledged this trait of hers in a speech after the performance.
And we certainly all appreciate Tammy Wynette. You were nervous. I had goosebumps. Tammy, it was beautiful. And thank you so very much for being with us. And you know, I'm going to get a record of that and send it up to these ladies and gentlemen on the Hill. Stand by your man. I like the whole idea.
While President Ronald Reagan loved Wynette's signature song, Stand By Your Man, many self-proclaimed feminists at the time took issue with the fact that they interpreted the song as Tammy encouraging women to be treated like a doormat. Though she has explained over and over again that was never the case or intention. This debate has made it one of the most recognizable and controversial country songs of all time. Written right in the middle of her infamously tumultuous marriage to George Jones. Many years after the Reagan incident, the song was in the news again when another First Lady seemed not too pleased with Tammy's works. When asked during an interview about her marriage to then presidential candidate Bill Clinton, his wife Hillary said,
"You know, I'm not sitting here as some little woman standing by my man like Tammy Wynette."
What's your take on the song and the allegations surrounding Ronald Reagan? Let us know in comments. And please do hit the like and subscribe buttons before you go.